with breaking news.
Defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records it.
Cheers erupt outside the Dedham courthouse as Karen Reed hugs her attorney in relief. This is the moment that she learned she was found not guilty on all major charges in the death of John O'Keefe.
And more proof that this case has been unlike any other. Supporters were throwing pink confetti in celebration as Reed walked out of the courthouse for the first time officially free. But the other side of the case is the distraught family of the victim, John O'Keefe.
Now, this is the conclusion to a trial that people all across the country have been following for years now. WBZ has been on top of this every step of the way, and tonight our team is explaining the jury's verdict, including the one charge Reed was convicted on. Her message to her relentless supporters, what the witnesses and who testified against Reed are now saying, and what could be next in this case, including the still pending civil case against Reed.
Let's start tonight with WBZ's Christina Rex. She was inside the courtroom when that verdict was read aloud. Christina, what did that moment look like?
Just an unbelievable moment, David and Courtney. The emotion in that courtroom, the relief and the tears on the Reed side and the devastation on the O'Keefe side. Plus, we even saw some emotion from jurors. So let's go over really what happened there. The verdict was read in court with that 12-person deliberating jury. On second-degree murder, Karen Reed was found not guilty. On manslaughter while OUI, Karen Reed was found not guilty. And on leaving the scene of an accident causing personal injury or death, Karen Reed was found not guilty. However, she was found guilty of just OUI, operating under the influence, a simple drunk driving charge. You could see and hear in those videos there when these verdicts were being read in open court, the cheers erupting from the 1,000 or so people outside the courthouse were so loud, it was hard for the media, for the families, for the jurors and the clerk to even hear what was being read in open court. But officially at the end of all of it, a really emotional moment as Karen Reed's extensive 8-week second trial ended in a conviction for just OUI. Here's what Reed said when she came outside court.
I just want to say two things. Number one is I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years. And the second thing I want to say is no one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have and my team. Thank you.
You just heard right there, that's Karen Reed. That's what she said when she came out of the courthouse. You could hear the erupting cheers as we were trying to hear her speak. Now, notably, the O'Keefe family, the victim's family here, did leave out a private door with no comment. We also have not heard from prosecutors in this case at all yet, David and Courtney.
Christina, thank you. That actually brings me to the question that I have for you. Now, we know we heard from the defendant, Karen Reed, but we haven't heard anything from the prosecution. Is that unusual?
I think nothing about this case is usual. It's all very unusual, right? You even mentioned the pink confetti, but yeah, it is unusual. You know, when you have a high-profile murder case like this one, normally we in the media would receive some kind of written or in-person verbal statement from the elected official district attorney. In this case, that's DA Michael Morrissey of Norfolk County. I have reached out numerous times to his office requesting interviews, also asking if he was going to make a statement or come here to make a statement. We have not heard from the DA's office. We also didn't hear from Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan, ADA Adam Lally, or Laura McLaughlin. Those are the three attorneys on behalf of the Commonwealth who actually tried this case. It's certainly unusual to not hear from the state.
WBC's Christina Rex, who has been following this retrial and the first trial from the very start. Thank you.
Well, as you could tell, the scene outside the courthouse seemed more like a Boston sports victory parade instead of the ending to a murder trial.
And the vibe, it was just so different. As we heard Rex and Penny Commit tell us, you can see people standing on pillars. You heard about the pink confetti. Tonight, our team coverage continues with WBC's Tammy Mutasa, who spoke to some of those supporters that we saw and heard. Tammy, good evening.
Good evening, Courtney and David. You know, this whole process has been so emotionally exhausting for both sides, but today it was elation and huge relief for Karen Reed supporters who were chanting, "Karen is free," and that's a big change from free Karen Reed. It's the moment they've all been waiting for. Karen Reed's faithful supporters erupting into thunderous cheering, some moved to tears after hearing the words, "not guilty of second-degree murder, only guilty of operating under the influence" in the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
I'm so happy. A little overwhelmed, but we're happy.
So only guilty of operating under the influence. What do you think of that?
I think that she's freed of the most important charges, and we love her and we support her, and really happy that this was their verdict.
By the time Karen Reed walked out of the Norfolk County Superior Court a free woman, confetti was flying, and the American Sign Language sign for "I love you" was in the air too.
Relief. Just relief. Relief. It's been a long fight. I want her to get her life back, and I want them to get the real killers for John. I'm just happy it's over for her.
Hundreds of eyes were glued to the courthouse day in and out. State police shut down High Street, allowing the crowd to move closer to the courthouse with barricades up. 2 trials and nearly 3 years later, they celebrate a hard-fought fight.
I am feeling like overwhelmed. I'm so happy. She deserves this. Karen Reed is free.
But for some, their hearts were with John O'Keefe too, who lost his life, and say the work must continue for him as well.
This is still not justice for John, because what happened to him still has not been taken care of. This is justice for Karen. John still needs justice.
Now, some people have been here almost every day for both trials, so you can imagine they are glad this is finally over, as are people in this community who are glad not to have big crowds in their neighborhood anymore. Live in Dedham, Tammy Matassa, WBZ News.
All right, Tammy, thank you. So we know that this case was incredibly divisive, and there are many people tonight who are very disappointed by the verdict.
The McCabe's and the Alberts, who testified against Reed, said in part, "Today we mourn with John's family and lament the cruel reality that this prosecution was infected by lies and conspiracy theories spread by Karen Reed, her defense team, and some in the media. The result is a devastating miscarriage of justice."
And this case put a spotlight on Canton, and not usually in a flattering way. So tonight, the town select board chair said in part today's outcome may bring a sense of relief to some and continue to raise questions for others. We encourage members of the community to move forward together, treating one another with respect through civil and constructive dialogue.